Funny, bro. Zoom user. Legit, boy.
Zoom user.
Let's go. The haircuts look fresh, man.
Thanks, dude. This is like a week old.
Dang, I could
Get it
have
high
it.
and tight.
Let's go. Those shoes were fresh too, man. Those blue kicks you had on. I'm gonna have to go buy those.
Cole Hans.
On the
What's
way
up,
to
number
go.
one? Isaac.
Big dog on campus.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
What's up, Isaac? I appreciate all the help you've been giving Darby, man. I'm very grateful for your leadership, Isaac.
Of course, bro. Got to help where I can. I remember where I was when I first started.
Oh yeah, she's in the trenches. She is in
She
the
is in the
trenches.
trenches. She's closing though.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna
It's
be
just
crushing.
yeah, she will. She's just getting a little discouraged about the pickup rate, but now that she changed her number, she's having a little bit more success.
That's also the name of the game. That's the
Yeah, the struggle.
everybody that's been doing this for a while, Isaac knows. He's like, man, if I could just talk to people, like, I'll just give me somebody to talk to.
Mhm.
Right.
That's all it is. Getting
I
creative.
close them when they talk to me. I just got to answer the damn phone.
Right. Thanks.
Where is everyone? There we go.
There we go. There he is. Jump on, jump in, jump on. Oh, it's nighttime over there in Jersey?
No way.
Come on, where's the daytime settings, bro? I had somebody tell me today, they're like, man, it's cold enough up there for a vest. I was like, yeah, it's 8 degrees this morning when I got into the truck.
No way, bro. That's crazy. It's like sunny and 75 right now.
Well,
Can you
you're
hear me
coming up. Chris, barely hear you. Chris
What
is,
up?
this is
Zoom
Chris,
user,
even though he's Zoom user. He's coming up to the South Bend office this weekend, and then gonna spend some time up here next week, and then gonna be fully rocking and rolling here soon too. So excited to have him as like a fully integrated piece and part, and so it's coming. It is coming. All right, a couple things to tackle. This is gonna be a short, like 20-minute or so meeting. Obviously, we've got the lock-in coming up. Make sure that you have have that all scheduled and planned and know all the different things. And then if there's any last minute people that you're like, hey, I'd really like to have them come, can we figure it out? Most likely, yes. So just like get with me on that on an individual basis. We'll try to make accommodations, even if it means they sleep on a couch somewhere. The house is freaking 18,000 square feet. We can find a place for them. So we want to find a way if it's like, oh, they would come, except for like financially, like, let's figure it out. Let's get them there. Let's get them to the event, right? Maybe they pay for their flight and we find a spot for them in a corner somewhere in a closet at the mansion, it wouldn't be the worst thing to happen, right? So let's figure it out. Let's get them there. And maybe it's like new people. Like I've already had like 2 people that I've recruited last week that aren't even licensed or anything, but I have them coming to the event. They've already like sent me the plane ticket, flight, everything. Like they're coming. So like those are the types of things that help you build momentum, is like getting people to these things. And they happen, in the spring. There'll be another one in the fall, and then there'll be the annual convention at the beginning of the year. So these are really
just to clarify, so what you're saying, just so before I say anything to anybody on my team, like you're saying if they buy the plane ticket, we may have a spot for them if they cannot afford the lock-in, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And the event itself, the conference is free, right? So that is there's no cost to be at the actual Ignite conference. So we'll figure it out. Want them there, want them to be a part of it, get a flight. I told that to a couple people.
Yeah, awesome. And then one thing that we kind of wanted to talk about today is obviously when agents are brand new and they're just getting started and they're just going through kind of the trenches, right? Which we all know. And if you don't know, the most important part is the beginning is going to suck for literally everyone, no matter what their sales background is. Like nobody is going to come in here in their first week, like just crush it. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. But if you find someone, let me know. But no matter what, like there is a learning curve and there is that like adjustment period where it's hard. But the most important thing, and as leaders, it's hard too, because like, it's really hard. Like when our agents are stressed out, like I'm stressed out, like it's hard to see people go through it, but everyone has to. And as leaders, our most important part is we can't try to change the process. We can't try to help, like we can help them in that spot, but everyone's going to go through it. And you just have to know that. So we have to stay firm in like our leadership with like, hey, encouraging people, motivating them, but don't like try to fix the process because you want it to be easier for them, because it's just going to make it harder for them. If you're,
Because we're changing too much.
the biggest things I would say, because we've tried, like when we started, we tried all different lead types. Like literally, I have tried almost every single lead type because I wanted to make sure that the leads we were starting people on were the best leads to start people on. So we've tried all different things, all different processes, and we have one that's proven to work. It does work. However, those first couple weeks, like they're hard and they're challenging for everyone.
And it's not just because of the sales, too. And I don't want you to lose your train, but because it's all the other stuff, right? It's first time running an application and understanding that it's going to take a week to get paid. Or it's the first time I've even experienced that. I thought I was going to get paid right away. Oh, I didn't have my license. I got to verify everything. I got to go buy that now, right? It's just the nuances that the business that you have to go through when you're brand new. So those things that's part of the reason why it kind of sucks when you are first getting started, because there's just so much kind of coming at you, all while you're trying to figure out this thing called life insurance and like what a term is from a whole life still.
But the biggest thing is to, one, be confident in the process and know that it works. And the reason you can be confident is, one, we got this process directly from Nina and Hayden. They're like,
Correct.
This is what we do with our guys. This is what you guys should do with your guys if you want them to succeed the fastest. And the leads we start people on are not the leads they're going to be on forever. But we've also seen, if you try to put people on other leads too quickly, too fast, they're going to flunk out because they're not going to know the process well enough, and they're going to be spending way more money than they need to. So the process works, but it's important as leaders that we don't try and change the process for them to make it easier on them, because it's going to make it worse. And I've seen a lot of leaders and heard from people where it's like, hey, we need to get them on new leads because nobody's picking up for them, or their numbers aren't good. They're not presenting to anyone. We need to fix something. And then it's like, when we go and dive into all the numbers, it's like, well, yeah, the problem was they spent $200 on leads. That's the problem. The problem isn't the leads. If you're dialing the same 50 leads for 2 weeks in a row, the second week, your answer rate is going to be bad. Because you've dialed those leads 200 times. Nobody told you to do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that. So you got to know with your new people too, if your new person's complaining and they're like, hey, no one's picking up the phone. I only got a hold of 2 people. I didn't present, and they're complaining. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, we got to, like, something's wrong. We got to fix it. Like the leads, we got to get them on different leads. We got to really dive into those numbers.
And I'll say, we're telling you all this because we've made these mistakes. So like everything that we're telling you, that's why we're having these calls. We used to not even do this. It's because I don't want you guys to have to kind of go through the same hurdles. We want to teach you where we failed. And part of like with new agents was that we were trying to switch things and change it up. And it was like, it must be that then. And we switch this and switch that. And then it's so much confusion versus, hey, stick to it and then encourage. And then, hey, this is what we do. And then show them. Those are the things that is like the most paramount, that we have to be like the positive voice in their corner and for them, and biggest advocate that you got this and all of that, because they're getting thrown a ton, and they might at some point be like, man, it might be like they're doubting it. And if they sense any bit that you're doubting it, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, see. So they can't ever sense that we doubt any of it, because there's nothing to doubt. It works. And so we have to stay super strong and super tight on that as a group and as a unit when we're bringing these people in, because that's how we're going to be able to get them from that like mental hurdle from, a couple policies to 5K and then to 10K. And that's how we get those incremental step ups.
And the goal is to get people on newer leads. It is to get people on campaigns, because that is when you're going to talk to the most people. And that is when it gets fun and it's going to save a lot of time. But in the beginning, and we've seen too, because I've had people come in that were so talented and I'm like, let's get them on a campaign instantly because they can do that. Well, guess what? Nobody comes in here knowing how to sell insurance. Like nobody, unless you got somebody from a different team or they've already started in insurance. And I've had people that were super experienced in sales, and I'm like, okay, we just have to get them on the campaigns. I don't want them to suck. They're too good to go through the suck. And then guess what? It was way worse for them because they still went through the suck, but on way more expensive leads because they still had to learn the process of how do I sell insurance and how do I write insurance applications and what do I do if someone gets declined. So no matter what, they have to learn the process. And it's a lot better to learn the process on still very good leads that you can make money off of, but that are going to be cheaper than paying for a campaign and $50 leads. But as leaders, it's very important that when people are complaining about like this or that one, we're just digesting the numbers and figuring out, hey, what is the problem? But I can promise you the leads aren't the problem. And one thing Andrew Taylor said on his meeting last week, and I thought it was huge, and I was like, yeah, that's so good. When he started and when I started, we were buying final expense leads that everybody within FFL were buying because they were the only leads, and we were driving to in-homes. So we were spending an hour driving there and an hour driving back. So we would spend time to drive to these homes for these people to tell us that they were broke and had no money and had a stroke last week.
And then they no-showed you.
Right. They still no-showed you even when you were knocking and you've seen them inside. They just wouldn't open the door. So
Imagine that. And we're mad that this person that we set up a phone call with no-showed us. Like, we can just call another person.
But Andrew Taylor even said, he was like, guys, I was profitable on those leads. And it's so true. And the leads were terrible. I ran them too. But same thing, I still made sales and made money on them. Not like the money we can make now, but it's like, guys, if people can make it work on that, the system we have in place now does work and the leads are good. And if people are saying like, oh, these leads suck, or oh, this keeps happening, I can't get a hold of anyone, my phone's popping up as spam, no one wants to talk to me, it's not like, hey, let's change the system or the process, because that's not going to make it easier. It's like, hey, what can we do to, what are you doing wrong? Are you not buying leads? Are you not dialing? Do you not have a good schedule? Maybe it is your tone and it's script training that we have to work on. But I promise you the leads aren't the problem because people were successful on final expense driving and home leads.
So we got to be super tight on that. Like as a group and as a unit, that's something that as we grow and as you guys have new people and have agents, like you got to speak life into that because you know, when anybody gets negative, bad apple can ruin the whole barrel, right? And so we've got to be super positive about the whole entire about it because that's how we grow and scale. And I think the leads part about it is every lead works. Like a lead is just an opportunity that we get to talk to people, right? So like
you could go call the phone book. To be honest, if you want a list of 50 names in the phone book, you could do that. I would consider that straight up cold calling, but you can find somebody in the phone book that needs life insurance. So it's like, anyone is a lead, anyone is a prospect, and we have warm leads of people who are filling out applications or are starting applications or putting in requests. So it's like, we have to be grateful for that. Like there are people that make a lot of money in insurance that have 0 leads. They literally are just prospecting. Mm-hmm. And we have that opportunity too. You can prospect yourself and make money doing it that way. But guys, we have leads of people who are requesting our help. So our job as leaders is to train people on how to sell and to train people on the workflow and how that works. And once they get through that hard time, which everyone goes through it, and it's stressful as a leader too. And I think it's important to prepare people for that. Like, hey, your first couple weeks, you're in college, like you're learning, you got to be a student to the game and really just stick with the process. Once they get through that, if they do that well, guys, like then it gets fun. And now you get to watch them flourish. And now they get to get on those better leads and they're getting on the campaigns and now they're popping off the 40, 50K months. And then it gets fun to watch them. But that first part, it is hard.
A lot of people will say like, they want to come in and just do the best leads. And it's like, I promise you, that doesn't, like, you're going to burn a lot of money. So if you've got, 50, 60K to burn, not burn, but to spend, and you can invest that. Most people don't have that laying around to just do. then okay, but you're going to see a lot of it go down before you see it go up. And that's why it makes way more sense to give yourself more at bats on these leads. And again, this isn't our idea. This is like proven systems from our leadership and what they poured in on how it works for them. And so we look at who's successful and we want to copy and paste that into our organization and into you guys. And so in the teams that you're building, you do the same thing, because that's how we all grow and do this thing together.
And there's a lot of examples of people that have done it. Isaac did it too. Like Isaac can even talk if you want. When you started, you went through those age leads that were hard, that were a struggle, but you were selling them and you kept doing it and you were working. And then as you started making sales, which again, in the beginning, it's important if people are struggling with lead flow, hey, sell a couple warm market leads,
Yeah.
sell a couple friends, family. Isaac sold some friends, some family, got some
Everybody
warm
that he knew,
market.
he was like, hey, you need a policy.
Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit, Isaac.
And then
So
you could
people-
upgrade to the better leads.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think even sometimes I struggle with the process. Seeing my guys kind of going through this shit too. I gotta set myself back and go, like, we've all been there, and realize it's just part of the process, because you got to learn how to sell insurance, and you'll find a way. Like I tell my best friend that brought him in this, he quit his job because he's seen what I'm doing and he believes in it. I'm like, bro, go sell your brother, your parents, your friends. Like, why the fuck don't they have insurance? My girlfriend does, my mom does, my dad does, my other dad does.
Yeah.
Stepdad, dad, sister does. Like, everyone around me does. Why wouldn't they? One, it allowed me to learn how to write the policy. Two, my family's protected. Three, I have lead money. And then you just figure it out. You find a way. And then as we gradually learned how to sell this, then we got into digital. Here we are. And so there's a process. And so I agree. Even I fall victim as a leader right now. I'm like, fuck, man, like it's just not working for them. But it's like, no, they're the problem. Let's get them better.
Help
And
them.
I can think of one person right now where I just got to get him better at what he's doing, and he'll probably make some fucking sales.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, don't reinvent the wheel. This shit works. The leads that we have people on right now are working. Drew Johnson is a byproduct of that. He's on the same leads that everyone else is on, and he's killing it. So let's just not reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, I think a good example of this, I hope you don't mind me sharing, our conversation we had last week. So he has a guy, which is obviously, it's stressful when you first get a guy and you're like, oh, they're going through this suck, and you want to help them as much as you can. And me and Isaac were talking last week. He's like, man, my guy, he's not getting a hold of people. He's not presenting. Can we get him on the campaigns now? This guy's like about a week in. And I was like, well, let's look at his numbers. He's like, his numbers good. We've been looking at his numbers. So then I was like, how much did he spend on leads last week? And he spent $300 on leads last week. And that's the problem, because the reason he wasn't getting a hold of people is because he's dialing the same. If you spend 300, do the math. What is that? 50 leads ish.
Right.
He was calling through those same 50 leads over and over and over and over again. And then by Friday, it's like, no one's answering the phone. So a lot of times it can be easy to be like, oh man, like something's wrong. I got to help fix it. When it's like, hey, he's not following the roadmap, because the roadmap starts with lead flow. So we got to fix that, and then the workflow. And then from there, it's going to keep going. And I think Isaac said it the best last week. I've been using this phrase literally all week. The best thing we can teach our guys is you have to fail as quickly as possible. You're going to fail. You're going to get no. You're going to get told this, told that, people decline, people hanging up, social objections. You're going to fail. But the quicker you can fail, the quicker you can start to see the other side of it. And I think Drago on our team is a really good example. He came in full force. That dude spent $1,500 to $2,000 every single week on leads. And he was dialing, he was plugged in, he sent us his numbers every day. We worked, we listened to him. And literally is he in his second full month?
Second full month, yeah.
Second full month, and he's on track to issue pay over $25,000 this month. In his first 2 weeks, he's already at like 15K, 14K, I think exactly. So it's like he's already on that upcline. And a lot of people in their second month are not even hitting 30K. And the reason is because they're failing slow. Instead of spending $1,500 in a week and dialing their butts off, they're dialing for 3 hours a day, spending $500, and it's taking them a lot longer to learn how to do this. So they're not getting to that positive point. So the
Where they ha-
quicker you
yeah.
can fail.
where they have the cash flow then to get into other lead types. So that's the biggest thing. You want to get your cash flow up as fast as possible. And remember, it is school. Like this is people pay thousands and thousands of dollars to go to school, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be a doctor, to make $200,000, $300,000 a year. And we think that's a great living. And then they are in debt over 100,000 to make a 300 grand a year or more. Maybe it's 400 grand, whatever.
It's not.
It's not.
ever.
All right. So my point is they spend 8 years in school, 10 years in school to be a doctor. Like it takes us, if you're really
3
diligent, 3 months to like go to school, and maybe you're not profitable per se, but you've spent, and maybe $10,000-$15,000 in that 3 months.
But here's
What
the
are we
thing,
talking
if
about?
you fail fast and you're spending the money on leads, if you aren't profitable in month 2, then we should talk.
Yeah.
Because Drago wasn't profitable in month 1 because he spent a lot and was learning. Month 2, he's going to be very profitable. Like I said, he's already on pace to do over 30.
Things catch up, right? Like in the first months, you're not getting, it just takes so long for the commissions and stuff to start trickling in and coming in too.
And then I think the best thing we can teach our new agents, the most amount of money you're ever going to need to spend on leads is in the beginning. Because for every 10 leads that you need to make a sale, once you get experience, I might only need 4 of those leads to make a sale or 3 of those leads to make a sale. So in the beginning, you need to be spending the most amount on leads. And a lot of times people are like, man, I'm spending a lot. I'm not that profitable. And it's like, hey, you're not going to have to keep spending this amount. Like you're going to be able to issue pay 40, 50 grand off of the amount of leads you're buying right now, where in your first month, you may only issue pay 10, 15 because you're just getting started. So they got to spend the most amount on leads now, but then they're going to start issue paying way more off of that same lead spend just because their skill goes up significantly.
You've gone through it and you understand it 100%. Couldn't have said it any better. So that's the big message, big theme. Like as we go into even that announcement too, just so you know, some of these incentive stuff that we're doing, if you guys weren't on that call with Bree, and promote this with your guys. We are as an agency going to give back lead money to anybody that invests in their business. So imagine that you're investing in your business, and then we're going to invest in your business too. So like we want to help you. And so if you guys are spending the amount of money, we're going to give it to you. Your agents are spending that money, we're going to give it to your agents. Like that's what we want to do in this next month coming up. And so there'll be a graphic that's posted, but it's like $1,500 should be your minimum spend in the week. And then you're going to get at the end of the month, you're going to get money back from us in the form of leads to further your business as well. So this is a big thing. And again, whatever, it was something we came up with, but I think that lead match giveaway stuff is something that's going to help your business. And then you never know, one lead that you get from the giveaway could turn into a $10,000 sale, could turn into a $5,000 sale. So that's the whole point, is we want it to be beneficial to the whole entire group. So get excited about that, promote it. Again, the graphics coming out where it details exactly like, hey, if you spend $1,500 a week, this is the amount you'll get at the end of the month. If you spend $2,000 a week, this is the amount. We've got different increments based on what you spend a week on what you'll get back from us in leads. So that's exciting. We're excited to do that. We want to do that. So promote it to your team. Let's do it. And then I also want to see if we're working on our self-development stuff too. Is there anything you want to say before that? So
No, go.
Okay. How are we doing on the book? Who started it? Who's cracked it open?
I'm on
I got
track.
it.
I like just like turning your goals into like small wins, because it compounds, right? It's going to compound into bigger things, and then really just making this shit your identity, so it doesn't feel like it's your habits, it's just who you are.
Yeah.
And so I think shifting that focus is going to be big, and I can definitely benefit from that.
Love it. Who else has something about it?
I'm
Yeah,
still
I'll-
on chapter 1, sorry. And going through the whole, goals are temporary, but the system is what's important. And I think that I had a conversation with Chelsea yesterday, and I was so focused on goals and getting past the suck that the system that takes you through the suck for me is what I learned in chapter 1 is gonna probably be the most beneficial thing for me, because I'm not profitable right now because I had the wrong goals in mind and I was trying to reinvent the wheel. But like Chelsea and Greg said, there's a system, and the system is gonna actually what propel you forward and make you become successful. So that's what I got out of it.
Ebony, grab the book, Atomic Habits. Chris, go. What you got for us?
Yeah. Book, it's definitely get me prepared for this next phase of life and getting some structure and understand like how our daily habits do compound to make us who we're chasing in the mirror, that version of ourselves. I do got a question before I get into the book. You mentioned campaign. What's a campaign? I'm sorry, I'm like brand new, so I don't know.
Campaigns are on social media when we have it ran like ads that are ran on social media that generate leads. It's just another form of a lead, but it's a digital lead.
Okay, so like me and Darby could run a campaign. Would you advise doing that or no?
Not yet, but soon.
Okay. All right, fair enough. That's what I was asking. You mentioned the money or whatever. Like, I'll throw whatever money it takes. So I'm glad we had this call because this was one of the questions I had for you. It's like, I guess it doesn't matter how much money I throw at it, right? It's the process, and I'm not going to be able to skip the level by paying for it, is what you're telling me.
Yes,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
really, because and the biggest thing is before when you get on those lead campaigns, you're talking to even higher quality people that they are kind of like they've already a little bit done their research, they know what they want, and they expect you to be on to know what you're talking about. So with those ones, you want to kind of have a little bit of background knowledge, and you'll be able to sell some big policies with those. Like me, I run campaigns. Those are leads I've sold. Isaac runs campaigns. But those ethos leads, you're still talking to really good people. But with those ones, you have more room to learn the process with those, and you get to learn the process a little cheaper. And then once you are like a little confident and you know some underwriting and you know the carriers and you've gotten all your tweaks out, now it's like, hey, you're going to really thrive on those campaigns.
100%.
Found out the wrong way too, bud. Last year, I went on a subscription like at $750, and then I increased it to 1,000 a week. But it was like same thing. It was like 20 leads, 25 leads, and it was not good. I wish I had $7 starters to cut my teeth on like that. But now I just have to put the work on.
Guy's gonna put the work in and get the cash flow back up, but he'll be ready because he knows the knowledge now of how to get into it. Like it's soon, but he just needs cash flow for it.
So pickup rate is something that all agents are going to struggle with, or what's your guys' advice on pickup rate? Like how are you coaching your new agents through that? And I need to know, bringing a bunch of new agents on. So like, I'm going to get embraced with all the suck all up front. And so I need to know how to help my guys do that.
So an important thing, and we'll break this down when you come in, because I think putting eyes on it will be better for you. We track everyone's numbers on that number tracker, but then I'll give you what the numbers should look like. So for example, the pickup rate for every 5 leads you're calling, you should be getting hold of 1. So if somebody called 100 different leads, it's 1 in every 4 to 1 in every 5 are picking up. So it's really only about 25 leads, 20 to 25 leads are going to be answering. So if you don't know what the numbers should be, sometimes you're like, that's a terrible pickup rate. Only 25 leads answered out of 100. But that is the number of people that you're getting hold of.
Pickup rate to presentation should be the same thing, 1 in every 5. So if 20 people picked up, we should be able to present to about 5 or 6 of those, or about 5 or 6 of those, right? If it's 20, 25, 1 in every 5. And then out of those 5, 6 that we're talking to, presenting to, we should close 3 to about 30% of those, 30, 40%. So out of that 5 or 6, we should close 1 or 2 of those.
Okay.
And that's what that number tracks, because 1 and 2 sales out of 100 is going to, number 1, pay back all your leads, and then number 2, make you profitable. And then you get better, right? Like those numbers get better as you get better.
100%.
And that's why we want to track it. So we know the math and we know the metrics, and we could just the metric.
Yeah, I think furthermore, as far as like your pickup too, definitely with these ethos leads, it matters when you dial these people. It also matters if you're dialing from the integrity number, it pulls up your name. And I've got a lot of pickups even with my digital campaigns I'm running just from using integrity's number. If someone has the AI screening and they have an iPhone, FaceTime audio, right? So just like little tactics like that, you're going to get more pickups. And so you just got to be creative on that. You send a voicemail, hey, this is Isaac. It's really important. Give me a call back. Be much appreciated. But you're not telling them what you're calling for, because then they're gonna be like, well, what the fuck? Who is this? And then you go for it. And so there's like different ways you can definitely help your pickup, but you're still gonna, even with my leads, guys, like there's days where I want to punch a wall because I can't get anyone to fucking answer. All week I haven't gotten anyone to answer, and it's frustrating, but this is the game. This is the insurance space. It's a law of numbers. It's a law of averages. Just work your numbers and everything's gonna be fine. So don't get too caught up in that shit, because not everyone's gonna answer.
Yep.
And that's why it's so important to have volume of leads and to teach people to have volume. To be honest, what I've always done, because I don't love sitting and dialing all day, which none of us should, because we do that at the beginning, but the goal is not to be like, hey, I just want to dial leads all day. Like no one ever wants to do that. So for me, I've always spent more on leads than the average person, because I dial each lead maybe one time.
This is bad advice, but yes.
Now it's advice. I need to hear.
But like I didn't at the beginning. At the beginning, I went through the stuff. Like I went
Yeah.
through the grind, and I actually was working 12 hours a day every day, because I did that in nursing. So I went through the grind, but then once I got out of the grind, my skill got good. Now, to be honest, the only leads that I run are ones that are booked on my calendar. So all 3 that I sold this week were booked on my calendar, and every other lead is I'm just passing to agents to call. Like I really don't sit there and call them. But once you go through that grind, you go through the suck, now you can get on a good campaign, spend a little extra on leads so you have enough self-booked, and then you can help your agents and train your agents. Because now I spend most of my time training agents, and I just run the couple appointments booked on my calendar.
Which is ideal, which is the goal for sure. So I guess, how are you going about getting them booked? Is that the AI thing you were telling me about, Greg, that she,
We'll
Okay.
show you all of that when you come to the office.
yeah, I want to pay for it, like whatever it takes. Like I'd rather, and I guess that's unfair to say, but I'd rather throw as much money as I can at it and get good at it, because I can't afford to lose momentum. And I'm kind of at a pace where if I don't get some gap between me and my team when they start, it's going to be hard to teach them that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
If I don't light yet. And so advise counsel there, team, Isaac, everybody. How do you get through that when you're starting out? Not just as an agent, but as a recruiter and a coach and a leader. How do you get them to that promised land?
Third party validation, bro. Like you are coming in this industry, you never sold insurance, right?
Right. Never.
So you're not supposed to know everything. Go to the people that do. Me, Drew, Jake, Chelsea, Bree Star, like all these people that are doing the numbers that we're doing. Use them as the catalyst of, hey, this is what he's doing. This is how he's doing it. Look at this. Look what he's doing. Do what he does. Do what they do. Find someone to sit in the room with them, get unmuted, and learn from each other. That's how I got good. And so for you, don't feel like you have to know everything. Like I sent that in the chat, because you don't, bro. Like you're getting started too. Now, if you're telling these fools that you know everything and this and that, well, you're already setting yourself up for failure. Just be real and say, hey, this is the journey too. You're going to walk this journey with me, and we're going to get right. And then you just use that third party validation and third party success and feed off.
Strong. I appreciate that.
I just to echo on that, did he freeze on your guys' screen too?
Yeah.
He
This is
did,
like
but-
mouth wide open. I didn't take a picture of this. Hang on. All right, just to take just to add on to that is, as a leader, a lot of times that's ego, and it's me personally too. Like I want to be the guy. It's okay. Like we got the guy. The guys are everybody around us, and so we got to like be able to like drop that and be like, hey, I don't know it. Here we go. You need to learn from this person, that person, and I did that right away too. Is like I learned this right away. Shawn Mike says this. You can't have a big ego and have a big business. You just can't. Like in us car guys, we think we are God's best gift and we can sell ice to an Eskimo and all the different things because we know how to sell cars, baby. And it's like, doesn't matter. We're not selling cars anymore. Like I don't care about the car business. Like I don't. Like I look at those car people. I'm like, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah.
Like this is a way bigger game. This is a way bigger business. And so that's what you have to do is you have to lose the ego. It's not about ego. It's not about you anymore. It's about everything and how you're going to be able to piggyback. That's why the team system And the way we have it structured is like the best thing out there, dude, because everybody wants to help you win. It's not like that anywhere. Everybody, you feel
Let
like
me-
it's like, yeah.
I want to add on to this too. My entire electricity went out. As far as like for you too, because you're in a different situation where you're making the jump and you are bringing people because they see the vision. Be in the trenches, dog. Like, get in there, buy the same fucking leads that they're gonna buy, and prove it. You know what I mean? Like, I just did that with my guys this week. Bought $300 worth of leads, got a sale, got 2-3 more pending. I'm showing them like, bro, it's possible. I just ripped 40 or freaking 24 times 3 dials in the morning, got a sale that morning. You could do it. And so lead from the front and show them it's possible. That's the best way you'll have success in this. So you can get them to that promised land and realize you might have one of them out of there that passes you, bro. Great.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the top dog.
Right.
I promise you. In this insurance space, I wish I'm waiting to find that person that's way better than me right now and can just fucking totally level up. And I'm like, there it is, bro. That's what this game's about. You don't have to be the top G to make the most money. You just got to be good at delegating and build the team and know how to win and follow the process. And so, like that guy said that I sent to you guys, John Wetmore, you don't got to be the guy. Just know where to put them and embrace it. I promise.
That's strong, brother. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Six on fire today, brother.
He is. He's killing it.
Honestly, with Chelsea, the thing you started with, I know it like back to basics a little bit, but it was so spot on for me today. I really needed to hear it. I'm not buying enough leads. I know it. And there was so many things in that. And then Isaac, dude, you're ripping it today, dude.
That's what
Let's
it's
go.
all about.
Let's go. I appreciate you guys, man. I need to call myself too. I called Greg this morning. I'm like, I need energy. Give me energy. Like, what do I do?
I don't think I even delivered. I apologize. I need to respond back to that. Back to the book though. Brandon, what takeaways you got from it? This book is a good.
Yeah, so not as far as I want to be in the book yet. I just I think came in on Monday. Biggest thing, I love like kind of the introduction part of it, and it kind of tells like his story. Like, this is what I literally went through, wasn't even sure if I was gonna live, and now look at me now.
Yeah.
And that's all because it all points back to your habits. And I love how it's just, don't try and change anything overnight. Just pick one thing, one small percent adds up over time. That was my big takeaway that I absolutely love, because it's so easy to see like, man, I want to be there, but then you look at it and you're like, oh, that's just too much, and then you stop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
breaking it down into something simple and attainable each and every day, then it will compound. That's what I'm loving so far.
Fire.
Well said, brother.
Great takeaway.
I love that. I think that's so big. I remember even when I started this, I personally didn't grow up thinking like, hey, I want to be a business owner. Greg did. Like, he knew that was his path. For me, I just didn't think like I could do that. And a lot of times you look at really successful people and you're like, we're so far off. Like, there's no way I could get there. Like, they're different. They were born different. And they're not. And most of the people, like, they went through like struggles, like sometimes even worse struggles than I've gone through. And I'm like, man, like, I think it's so humbling just to know that you don't just have success overnight. It doesn't just come and you're not like built differently. It's because you have good habits, and it's 1% better every day. If you can just get 1% better every day, we all can get there. We all can have that success.
I'd say on top of that too, nobody that is successful quit. That's
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Facts.
Separates winners. Winners don't quit.
Mhm.
So,
They get through the suck. They don't quit when it's hard. But they all went through the hard stuff.
It's
Okay.
fun. It's fun.
Isaac.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, to your overnight success thing, like, that's true. There's also perspective that everyone's an overnight success. You just don't know when that's gonna be overnight. So be ready. So when everyone says, damn, he was an overnight success, it took me a year, it took me 2 years, it took me 3 years. I'm getting chills to get to
Dude.
this point, right? Everyone's an overnight success. You just don't know when you're gonna be that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So stay ready so you don't got to get ready at the end of the day. And that's what it's about. Like, you're gonna get it. It's taken me going on a year and a half to have the most success that I've had in this business. But it's because I didn't give up. I looked at the top people. I never stopped. I did what other people didn't want to do. And it is what it is. That's just what it takes, right? And this business is not sexy, but it starts getting sexier when you just don't give up, and it just gets good. And then I'd be lying to you guys if I don't look at some of the top guys in this business and go, fuck, bro, I want to be just like, why am I not there yet? Why am I not there yet? Comparison's a thief of joy. And I know that. Then I got to go back and go, God put me in this position right now for a reason. I'm here for a reason. Just embrace it, and you're going to get where you want to go, because he also doesn't put those visions in your head for no reason. There's a reason why I'm thinking of it. There's a reason why it's in front of me. It's going to happen. Just embrace the suck, and it will all pan out, guys. I'm telling y'all, because I need this. Me saying this, I need it right now too, because I'm in there too. I'm right there with you guys. You have doubts, you have good days, bad days, medium days. This week's been real fucking low, and that's all right. I love it, because now I get to see, all right, back's against the wall. I'm not on the leaderboard for the week. All right, let's see what's going to happen. How am I going to finish this week? So you get what I'm getting at here. There's a lot of things I'm saying, but I hope it's resonating with you guys.
I have
Oh,
so
it's
much
good.
respect for you, dude. I honestly do. And you just really, honestly, just like, I just had like a breakthrough moment in what you just said. It was because it was like, it reminded me instantly when you were like, it, you know, because I've been doing this now. I've been licensed for a year, but I've not seen the success at all in any way. And I know why. It's not like a mystery of why. But I think just like the bamboo tree, there's Les Brown does it's like a 5-minute video if you Google it.
Yeah.
About it's you know, the bamboo tree takes like, you know, 80 months or something like that to grow, or 5 years or something like that, and you're watering it the whole time and it looks like nothing, and then all of a sudden it sprouts. Oh, that's what it is. It sprouts up 80 feet in like 3 months after being nothing, not even like a leaf for 5 years. And the whole time your neighbors are like, oh, you're still watering your tree over there for 5 years. Like year 3, they're like, oh, you're still watering it. Oh, you're still watering it. And then all of a sudden, you know, year 5, it explodes. And I kind of feel like I'm in that place of like I know I can do it. I know I have what it takes to do it. And I just, the pieces of lead flow, dial amounts, things like that, those are the core elements that are missing in my world right now. And so I know what the equation is in a sense, but it's like, you know, it could happen right now. It can happen today, and then that moment is there. So you're just dropping so much sauce today, bro. I can't. And the way you're saying it, I know it's like you're just talking through like from your mind, and it's and it exposes in you just the character that's truly there behind what you've done, your production and everything else. And dude, it just, I love these leadership calls. I love getting into like a more intimate place where you kind of unpack some of this stuff. And I mean, this call has been fine. I wish it was recorded. Are we recording these? Because it was okay. This dude, it was just. I mean, you could chop this up and make you know, YouTube or Instagram videos about it. Because I mean, it's really good. It was really good. I'm not even just like over being disingenuous on the compliment. I sincerely feel that way, and I legitimately feel like I'm having a little bit of like a breakthrough week for myself. You know, I shared this with Chelsea and Greg. My dad was diagnosed with leukemia 2 days ago.
Sorry to hear that.
I thank you guys. And I was trying not to make it from an attention seeking standpoint to like throw it out in the group or social media or anything like that. But I feel like I'm in this place where my kids are young, my parents are getting older, and I'm in this middle place, and I'm starting to kind of recognize how short the time is in such a faster way. And and so, you know, the breakthrough leadership call today. And you know, I just appreciate you guys so much, honestly. Keep holding me accountable.
I got a question for Greg and Chelsea, actually, if you guys don't mind. Just because, like, if we are going to be open and honest, like, is it okay if I ask a vulnerable question on behalf of myself?
What
do y'all do with the imposter syndrome that you may or may not have felt in your career so far? Because I'm going through that like crazy in this moment, being in this leadership team, knowing that I have a downline in Drago that's kicking ass and I'm not. Like, it just makes me feel like I shouldn't even be part of this leadership group anymore. You know what I mean? There's like a little devil tugging at me, like, dude, like Drago's kicking your ass, Chelsea's trying to get you on board, and she's trying to encourage you, and Greg's doing the same thing, and you're not, you're like barely moving an inch every day. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, here's what
I think I'll
go first. All right.
I think you, at some point, you have to like really look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I growing, one, as a person, to spiritually, in business? Because if you are not growing, like, you are dying. Like, there's not like you're either going up or going down. So I think at some point you have to look at yourself and be like, okay, what am I doing each day to get better? And like we said, it's 1% better every day. It's not like, hey, tomorrow you're just gonna like be crushing it. It's 1% better. So what are you doing with your habits? What are you doing with your daily routine? What are you doing with your activity to get that 1% better every day? And if you're not getting that 1% better every day, there is a time where you just got to be real with yourself and be like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What do I want? And what am I trying to accomplish?
Our business coach tells us this all the time. What you speak and what you tell yourself is true. So if you tell yourself that you're an imposter, you're an imposter. If you tell yourself that you are a multi-million-dollar agency, maybe you're not a multi-million-dollar. If you tell yourself you are, you are. So go and act as if, go do the thing. It's not imposter syndrome. You need to just be that, but it starts with just the action, right? Like action and activity cures everything. Like if I don't feel like I'm an imposter because I do the most. Like I work hard. Isaac doesn't feel like he's an imposter because he works freaking hard every single day, right? And that's what cures everything. Is like we just got to go to freaking work, and it'll solve a lot of the problems that we face and we have, even when it might not feel like the success is there. Dude, here's the thing. We've been in the business 4 years, and we just now we did it before when we were at FFL, but we just now got like the logo status, if you will. I don't even think of myself that way. I think of myself as like one of the tops in the game in all of life insurance, because I know that's who we are and what we're building, what we have, right? But we just now, according to numbers, hit that status. But I've treated my business, like we've been there since we had 2 people. And that's how I came into this. And like, that's how I treat it. I treat it as a business. I treat it that way. No matter what day it is, I'm showing up to work. Doesn't matter.
But you put in the activity to back that as well. Go ahead, Isaac.
2 things here for you, bro. I challenge you to not go the whole next week in the morning and the night. You get what you think about, you get what you put out there. Write down your goals, your aspirations, your why, all of that shit in the morning before you start the day and right before you go to sleep. That needs to be the first thing you think about, the last thing you think about, and you'll start making it happen. But also there's this analogy. If I held $100 up and the average person, there's like 100 people, there might be 1 or 2 that I just hold it up and said, who wants this? And everyone just sits there and looks at it like, oh, please choose me. Please choose me. There's only going to be a couple people that go fucking grab that $100 bill because they do what? Like Greg said, they take action. So that's all you got to do, bro. The reason why you feel the way you feel is because deep in your heart, man to man, you know you're not putting in the work that you should. So just go put in more work. You know what I'm saying? Go put pen to paper and sit in the dial room, unmuted, buy the leads and say, you know what? I'm going to make this shit work, and just go as hard as you can. Then you won't feel like that. I felt that way because there's days where when I started early on, I'm like, man, am I who I say I am? Because I just wasn't putting in the work. And then I start putting in the work. I'm like, yeah, of course I am who the fuck I say I am. Look, I wanted that shit. Guys, like, I have so much more in the tank. We all have so much more in the tank, but prove it to yourself first. Fuck everybody else. Fuck me. And I'm saying this not disrespectfully, but it doesn't matter what anyone here thinks. Go prove it to you, bro. Once you prove it to you day in and day out with the work that you put in and manifesting this stuff from your life, you'll be good, bro. You're not going to feel that way no more.
Yeah, I would add to that, brother. I barely know you, but I know you got a heart of gold, man. And that's what it takes, is to be a heart of a champion. A lot of times the best coaches aren't the best players, so leading has nothing to do with him outperforming you, right? Now, to Isaac, to Greg, Chelsea's point, you got to put in the work, and I don't even know what that work looks like, so take that with a grain of salt. But as far as being a leader is showing up and being present for your people and making sure you're clapping for them. And don't ever let that clap, hey, they're doing better than you. I know how that feels. Don't let that discourage you, man. That's part of who you are and the leadership that you've shown to get him to that point, man. So I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell you, hey, I'm proud of you. I see it on your face. I see the weight that you're carrying on your shoulders.
Yeah.
With Isaac, go look in the mirror and tell yourself you're proud of you too. And you got this. And this is just a bad season, a bad quarter. The whistle's about to blow again and you're going to get the ball again. Be ready. Because I believe in you. Everybody in this group believes in you. We want you here, and we love you.
And you were vulnerable, dude. I mean, that could be your breakthrough moment, just to be like, yo, I was vulnerable enough to say it. I feel that way. I feel that way on the call right now. My production is dog shit. Like, I honestly, like, it really is. Like, I sold 494 this week so far.
That's the guys. Hold on. That's the point of Atomic Habits, though. You got to identify yourself with something bigger than just these numbers. Just because I did 45,000 last month doesn't mean I'm any better leader than you guys. Like, you still got to lead in different ways. And the fact that Drago's in that way, as long as you're leading him and you're delegating and sometimes as a leader, you got to follow suit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to follow when you're a leader. But at the end of the day, just like you're saying, I want you guys to understand, identify yourself with something so big that this number shit, that's just out there and people put it out there. So you're like, fuck, I got to be on there because this person's watching, that person's watching. Bro, who cares? If you're good in here and you're straight right here and you know that you're being the best person you can be in a leadership role like you're talking about, everything else will follow. Trust me. So I didn't want to cut you off, Matt, but just identify bigger than that. Identify bigger than just your I'm at 931 this week, bro, but I still am one of the top producers on the team. That's okay. You're going to have a bad week, but you're not going to have a bad month. You're going to have a bad month, but you're not going to have a bad quarter. You might have a bad quarter, but you're not going to have a bad year if you just don't give up. I promise you guys. I've been here. I've failed in the way that you guys have failed. Just don't give up. I promise you. But just put the work in too. Go put pen to paper.
Thank you guys so much for that. Like, really, for real. Appreciate it.
I want to give you a call when we get off this meeting. I want to put some energy in you, man.
Okay.
Drop it.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys, let's go crush it this week. I'm proud of each and every one of you. We got people depending on us. So that's what leadership is all about, is us taking advantage and making sure that we show the way. We go first. We help these people. We got people that count on us each and every week. So let's go help our people. Appreciate you guys. See ya.
Bro. Hey, great meeting, guys. Thank y'all so much. See y'all.
20 minutes, my ass.
I know, right?
You had to go
Later.
Right.
Later.